being
that I was a
ethical
supporter of
interest.
Trump. There's many things that I don't stand by that Trump did. Trump has done things that are racist. I'm a black woman first, so always understand that. But I do say that I have many conservative values that I will talk to you about. And so if you look at your network that you're standing behind, yes, and when you look at your network that you're standing behind, you're saying that you look at Chris Cuomo.
I feel like that's an oxymoron, a black Republican.
You feel like it's an oxymoron? I
do.
Why? Your friend right here is a Republican.
We had this conversation many times.
You do, and you say you feel like it's an oxymoron that you're Catholic, but you also are pro-life.
I don't understand either.
No, you don't understand yourself. Then you have disagreements.
I understand myself. I don't understand either of
this, but it's not a personal conversation.
Yeah.
We're going. I don't like. We're having a personal conversation about CNN and how things can get leaked.
And I don't understand Latino Republicans.
Well, here's today this is not about me, and it's not about you. It's about celebrating Corinne Jean-Pierre
and I think we should, and we can agree on that.
In a heated exchange on The View, co-host Sunny Hostin called their guest co-host Lindsey Granger, who is a black Republican, an oxymoron. Now, Sunny, ma'am, I gotta call you out. Granger being a Republican doesn't make her an oxymoron. It just makes her a moron. There's a difference. I really hate when liberals say things like that. It's giving the same energy as Biden saying, you're not black if you don't vote Democrat. Let me explain. Black people do not exist in a monolith. We are a diverse group of people who have different ideas, cultures, backgrounds, and ideologies, even if they're flat out stupid. Our experiences with where we live, our income, our gender expression, our education levels, and more all factors into that. What Sunny and others who subscribe to this notion are revealing about themselves is that they really don't think black people are capable of forming our own opinions and lack the ability to have more nuanced beliefs about the issues challenging us. And make no mistake, Republicans and Democrats both participate in that reductionist nonsense. Need some examples? Well, Republicans push out candidates like Herschel Walker and Royce White, who are formerly famous athletes, as a bid to win over black voters, as if for crazed sports fans who can't tell the difference between a scoreboard and actual policy positions. Democrats reveal their bias in more subtle ways. A tweet by Jamel Smith breaks it down perfectly. He writes, I've examined the newest Quinnipiac poll very thoroughly. I'm using it in a column I'm writing now, and unfortunately it does not break down black voters by age, class, education, or even gender, just black. White respondents received more nuanced treatment in the poll. He's absolutely correct. That very bias is the same reason Democrats give us half measures and band-aids over the top issues black people care about, if they're not ignoring them outright. In a Guardian article by Rayshawn Ray, a sociology professor at the University of Maryland, called Black Americans Are Not a Monolithic Group, So Stop Treating Us Like One, he writes, in discussions with family members, friends, fraternity members, colleagues, and fellow church members, they all have a variety of concerns. Black Americans' linked fate often mutes our ability to selfishly only think about ourselves. So maybe instead of engaging in identity politics, church pop-ups, and offbeat dances, political candidates should focus on speaking to the real policy concerns of all Black Americans instead of a so-called ideal type. Y'all, talk about hitting the nail on the head with that one. The reason Democrats, Republicans, and yes, even Miss Sunny lump Black Americans into a monolithic is because they are telling us what Black person is worth listening to, and it's usually the one that thinks the same way they do. It's wrong, and it needs to stop. You cannot accurately assess the needs of any group, especially one that still has to deal with deeply ingrained systemic racism, if you're only prioritizing those who parrot your beliefs. It's condescending and goes against actual progress. If we're serious about uplifting the voices and votes of Black Americans, we need to discard the seats at the table and just give Black people a space to speak freely about what we need as individuals and as a collective. Thank you all for watching Rebel HQ. Don't forget to like the video, and as always, subscribe.